Hello everyone and welcome back to another SHI Tournament Olympics primetime special live from
Kaliningrad,
Russia. Tonight we feature the final four of the Tetris 100 Lines Level 0 Start Best of 3 event. Taking a look at the brackets, we have Puke 7 versus Zarnax 42 and Cantaloupe versus Justaman 114. Winners will move on to play in the gold medal match later on tonight, and the losers will be playing for bronze. To find out who will be competing for what medal, let's go to Angry Larry and Unos, who are set to call the action. All right, thanks, Hans. This is Angry Larry with Unos. How are you, Unos?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. We have our first semifinal match in the Tetris 100 Lines Level 0 Start event. It is best 2 out of 3. It is Cantaloupe FAP versus Justaman 114.
Yeah. Oh, look, that Cantaloupe starts right off with the SPs. Fun times. Now, last week, didn't Cantaloupe win his match without finishing?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay.
He got here by beating D-Pad Danny, or beating loosely D-Pad Danny in the first round. FAP is from the Rose City Nation of FAPIGIDIA, and just had to beat Enchantress of Numbers by winning both sets. And Just is from Hambone. It's from the Team TRIFORCE.
This tower.
It does look like something, doesn't it? We are playing Name That Inkblot in chat if you're playing along at home.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No. So Tetris is very exciting. You make lines, and you got to make 100 of them. And there is alternating strategies to this. You can build towards the top. Pieces come down quicker because there's less room for them to go before they settle. And you can try to get all your lines up there, or you can just, get the lines as you get them. It looks like both players are just doing a little of both.
Yeah, and Cantaloupe shape has gone from like the steampunk city from like the FF6 box art now to just a mess.
Yeah, and it's in the ugly green color mess as well. We have 11 lines to 25. Justin's really opening this up right now. But FAP, this tournament, has not had any luck with his the pieces he's been getting. And I'm not a veteran. I mean, listen, it's been a really long time since I left the Tetris scene in like 97, 98, when it was all about like what pogs you're bringing instead of about the Tetris itself. But he's not getting the pieces he really needs, especially when he gets up top like this. And not to make excuses for him, but he's a little unfair.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have the. I like in this game how there's the block count that you get for all your blocks, and I think a couple things like Justin has the most. His highest number is his square, his cubes, and that's generally regarded to be a garbage piece in the garbage dumpster category of pieces. And now Cantaloupe has them. He has blocks for most too, squares.
So what would you 6 pieces? I guess really 5 pieces or 4 pieces if you want to take away the reverse negatives. What would you rank as the pieces you want, like best to worst?
It's usually pretty easy to deal with the L-shaped pieces because they, you can turn them around and they either have like 2 wide, 3 wide, or you can drop them in a hole, and they're pretty good at that too. That's got to be the best piece.
Yeah, this game does prepare you for life as well. You can learn a lot from this game just as relates to day-to-day activities. But let me ask you a question here. What is the significance of the term low? L-O.
No, do I get any further hints with that?
I mean, would you like further hints? I don't really know how to phrase this. Do I give you, like, possible guesses? Do I give you a hint towards the right direction?
As much as I know is that in high-low poker, they don't use the letter L or the letter W at the end of low. I don't know why.
Maybe it's related, but the answer is LO, L-O, was the first ever message transmitted from one computer in one place to another computer in another place. It was a dude in UCLA that actually tried to send the message log in. He was trying to type in log in, and it only went LO before the computer crashed. He was trying to log in from UCLA to a Stanford University computer, and thus was the basis of the ARPANET internet kind of scheme. What were your early days of the internet? What do you remember? Like, what ISP did you use?
I think first ISP was like Earthlink. We were never on the AOL thing. So I never had the AOL experience and have, people's, parts showing up on my emails or, the computer talking to me saying, "You got mail." Like, okay, thanks. No, so yeah, like jumped right in with just a regular ISP and went straight in with making a web page on like AngelFire.
AngelFire was legit. Tripod was another one that you could use, a free service.
Yeah. Zoom as well, lasted like a minute, but yeah, like I learned it, and I also helped my friend learn how to make a web page, and we both made them, and then I actually went on for like a brief time to make money making web pages before I wasn't even out of high school.
Yeah, I have several of those stories as well. Justin Man, by the way, finished up. He got 100 lines first. Fap is 11 lines away. He should be finishing up momentarily. I was on AOL. I was on an MSN network. We'll talk about that more in a minute here. Got a third place score there for Justin Man. It's a pretty good score.
Very nice. Yeah, Cantaloupe's having look at this clean finish for Cantaloupe. He's got it all worked down. There's nothing, now there's 8 squares underneath the hole, but big deal. But no,
yeah.
he got nice and cleaned up from where he was earlier.
Yeah, 5 more pieces. He'll just drop these down. 4 more, and he'll be on his way.
Yeah. Do we have a minute? I was going to make a joke earlier, but we moved on from that topic. Can we have a minute to go back for it? I'm going to give it a shot, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Give it a shot. You have
the message. I'm surprised that message from UCLA was log in and not, "Hello, look at me. I'm from California and I have the internet."
Yeah, check me out from California. I have the internet. And you don't.
That's the first message ever.
That'd be the best first message ever. That was a set number 1 goes to Justin Man 114, 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Cantaloupe me, not to be outdone. 6 minutes and 13 seconds gets one on the board there.
That's huge improvement from the showing in the last week's races.
Yeah, that went poorly for him. But we're gonna move on here from the Cantaloupe Me versus Justin Man 114 race. We're gonna go to game number 1 of the Zarnax versus Puke 7 race while these guys set up for set number 2. All right, here we are back with Zarnax versus Puke 7, the other semifinal match. This is set number 1. Remember, we'll return to set number 2 of Cantaloupe versus Justin Man right after this. So what I was saying before about the internet and stuff, my first internet experience was the MSN network. And it's funny because I was there, and it was my first exposure to the bulletin boards as well. I was on the wrestling bulletin board, and I was on various other like music bulletin boards. And it was like the country music bulletin board that was like the most active of MSN because everyone was AOL at the time. So MSN had a very poor following. I became like a moderator of the board, and like MSN gave you like free minutes for being moderation. Yeah, it was nice. But that was in the day where you had to pay like per hour, or like you got like 40 hours and you had to pay additional over. You ever was Earthlink like that?
No, we it was monthly. Get all you can. Yeah, I forgot that. I mean, wasn't AOL the same way? Like where you're hourly? Yeah.
AOL was the same way. It's hard to imagine back then. Like, you really could use up everything in 2 days. And then, like, for the rest of the month, you're paying, like, per hour, per minute. I forget what it was. But Zarnax is in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah. Misplaced that piece, and he's going to leave. I mean, if he doesn't restart, then, okay.
Well, we don't know if he might quit. No, he's not going to quit. Zarnax is from 2 Gamers, 1 Melvin. Puke 7 from Anchors of Fire here. Zarnax got here by defeating somebody in the first round. And Puke 7...
he beat me. I'm Uno's high. He beat me, and in the second match, he actually had an early game over, just like he's had in this match, and then he went on to actually PB the category and beat me.
Yeah, I believe the announcer for that even like predicted the time and everything. That would be his new PB. It was actually pretty remarkable. Puke 7 got here by defeating Random Effect in the first round, and both these players, win or lose, will be competing for a medal tonight. You win, you move on to the gold medal round. You lose, you're going to vie for the bronze. So it was pretty wild that Microsoft Network, like they started experimenting with like virtual chats back then, but not in the sense of like putting on a headset. Puke 7 needs a straight piece here, like nobody's business, and he's going to get the reverse. The S piece.
He's going to need more than one.
Yeah, he's he built a double canal and couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, he's looking for that ham bone, but it just didn't show up.
Yeah. Well, if we have some ham bones in chat, maybe to compensate for that, I'd appreciate that. But yeah, so they had the virtual chat, which was basically like, you know, you were like in a comic book world. You were like a stick figure in a comic book world or whatever. And then you can hack that and like put any image you want in there. So you this flat 2D picture of like, you know, a woman's anatomy or something. I swear this happened. And like, you know, that stopped eventually. But then there was the country music forum, and that was pretty cool. Like chill people. Like we didn't really listen to Hambone to a lot of music. We just discussed, you know, various life stuff, you know, community. You don't really talk about the community. It's against the rules. I met like a famous artist from there. In fact, I did moderation with this country music superstar, Terry Clark. Her aunt was also a moderator on the forums, and you know, one day, like just the moderator chat, like, who's everyone's favorite artist? And I didn't know, so I said Terry Clark. And next thing I know, like, you know, Terry Clark's calling my house one Monday afternoon, ruining my wrestling Monday evening. And I got to chat with my favorite singer at one time, so it was pretty cool.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, like that, and hitting Alt and F4 for Sandra Bullock nudes are like the greatest stories ever of AOL. But you were never an AOL person.
No, I mean, I had a friend who he was on AOL, and he was on AOL till like, you know, late 90s. So occasionally, you know, we'd be hanging out, and he'd just be like, let's go, you know, troll chat room, do the thing where play like pretend hackers, where, you know, there are a bunch of bots that must have been easily available, or like various scripts where you could I don't know, you could like it was like hacking people, but it was probably bullcrap.
There were yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think I remember what you mean. There were two things you can do to piss people off and ruin their AOL experience. And one of them was like the HTML tag, like for header, like H1, H2, H3. If you instant message somebody with a lot of like, you know, bracket H1 close brackets and just like spam those together on the same message, by the time they get the message, it took so long for that message to load because it was trying to do all that stuff that they may as well just turn their computer off because they're dead. You just killed you just, you know, DDoS their computer or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Dead in the water.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Like I forget what the terminology was, but yeah, my friend, they would just do that for a while. They just get on there and just mess around with people.
There were actually utilities you can download as well that would do this kind of stuff, this hacking. I wouldn't call it phishing. It's not scamming. I don't know what the term, like brute forcing almost is like the term, where you can find a chat room and the chat room would be full. And then you can just make this program just keep trying, like, you know, /join space room name over and over and over again until you got in.
Yeah. What they do is like, it would basically, like, some of the obvious features would be like getting people kicked, like just getting people booted from chat, or like just, you know, disconnect their AOL, like just get them logged out.
Just punt them right off the chat room. You just like, I don't like this guy, and just boom, you eject them using this utility. I remember that. Yeah.
I have no idea how that like even lasted as long as it did.
We're down to 5 more lines here for Zarnax, and one of the other things I remember was my friend married, of course, thought he was like this big Casanova Romeo type. He would go in the Long Island singles chat room, And there's 100 lines for Zarnax here. We've got 42 more left for Puke. It looks like Zarnax is going to finish this out. I think he wants to try to get 200 before Puke gets 100. What do you say if he doesn't get it? Do we award this to Puke?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Zarnax here, he game over at the beginning, and I think knowing that his opponent wasn't super strong, he didn't immediately rebuild his tower. So definitely negative points for that.
Yeah, this is cocky behavior. I don't condone this, even though he is on my team, but we will take the win. But I'm just going to verbally put out the shame thing there and say that maybe he should have played like Mario 1 at the same after this, and then maybe Paperboy Hambone, and see if he can complete both those games before Puke was done. But one of the other things I used to do was follow my friend around in chat rooms because, like I said, he was a self-proclaimed Romeo Casanova type, and he would hang out in Long Island singles. So I would try to get into Long Island singles 2, 3, 4, whatever it went up to, and then finally found him, right? And I would tell my other friend like what room it was, and we'd both go in the channel at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So there was one time where we'd both go in, and the first thing we see in chat was him going, "Guys, get out." So we just mocked him relentlessly the whole time. It was great. And that's where the whole, hey, check me, oh, look at me, I'm from, it's like, check me out with the cool guy screen name. Like, and we would just embarrass the hell out of him. It was great. And we were like, 27 years old, so we were acting our age, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. No, that's you were a good friend to him.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't mention the marriage thing or anything. We just like kind of poked fun at his, weight or whatever. But that's for Zarnax. That was 6 minutes and 37 seconds, by the way, after that game over.
Puke's having a clean finish, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Zarnax is going to double him. Well, he has to get to 200, double him. So.
Yeah, these lines are dropping faster. He's going to get to 150.
All right, 4 more left here for Puke. He just has to make single lines. They don't have to be the prettiest of lines. Gets the double. And one more. Just fit it in, and there it is. And Puke 7 is losing set number 1. But
Hambone.
Hambone. That's a 16. That's a level 15 Hambone too. That's worth a lot of points. Hold on. What's the size of this rocket going to be? Puke's tiny little rocket.
I think it's just the shuttle.
No, that's a man's rocket. Look at the girth on that one. Look at that score. That's a score to beat.
117,000.
Yeah, like how can you get better than 117,000 and the meaty shuttle? But that
isn't there a 300,000 score category for this game?
Ooh, I don't know. I can check that. I can check that in 2 seconds here, though. Let me just recap here. Zarnax 637. He's going to take the 1-0 lead on Puke 7, and Puke finished up at 9 minutes and 11 seconds. While we research that fact for Unos, we're going to go switch on over here to the game number 2 of FAP versus Justin Man. All right, there is the 300,000 point category. It's interesting how much faster you can do 300,000 points than get 100 levels. What's the real trick there?
I guess you just start at a higher level. I think higher levels have a higher point multiplier, right?
Oh, is that true?
I think, and then for sure it's just Hambones all the way. But that's funny that the world record time at 300,000 points is 1 minute 50 seconds. How long do you think it would have gone faster or slower if our players had been going for 300,000 points?
Oh, probably slower. I mean, I don't know how many players are, it's one thing, like, I was thinking about this the other day, like when we're talking about Tetris. Everyone's played Tetris. Everyone can play Tetris. But then you're watching these people play Tetris here under this category for this, this event. It's like, man, they're a lot better than I am. And like you think you know Tetris, all you have to do is make lines. So there's a whole uniqueness in the dynamic of the categories to where you're not just making lines, but you have to make lines optimally for the right reason. And I think that's where a lot of it's going to fail when you go into 300,000 lines. It's like, yeah, you know, they could do 300,000 lines, and a few of the players that are in the race in the tournament will compete for good times. I mean, a couple of them are on the board already. I think we have Just a Man's up there at 13th place with 3 minutes and 13 seconds, and that's not far off from his, you know, 100 lines though.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious because if, you know, the strategy for getting 300,000 points is to, you know, stack big, get hand bones all the way, then how much more likely would they be to, like, you know, to get way to the top and just not get that straight piece and just, you know, just fail, just be unable to control the stack anymore and just go right off the top.
Yeah, how many fails would it? Yeah, exactly. How many fails would it take before they actually got a 300,000 point run as well? If I know somebody who has control and say in the tournament, I would say maybe we set up a 300,000 point race for the closing ceremonies.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll see if we can work on that. But Justin's the first one here to level 4, 40 lines. Cantaloupe is not far behind, 37 lines.
Oh, this is interesting. I think Justin looked like he was playing, not doing the tower strat, because obviously he doesn't have a skinny tower with a big platform up in the middle. Instead, he just has some closed off, you know, gaps. I don't know if this is like a backup strat, like a in-between strat.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a viable strat. What I noticed when Hans Buttface did the first round of action, I noticed some people like Zarnax and Just a Man, maybe it wasn't maybe it was Just a Man, they would actually build like almost full rows, like they were going to drop in the ham bone and then cover the ham bone with like an odd piece.
Yeah.
So it looked like they were doing it on accident, but
yeah, but it's actually I think a reasonable like race strategy where you get the benefit of a high platform at the top, but you also can easily get rid of the platform when you want to by opening up that hole and then dropping the piece in it, so that you don't, you know, have an endgame failure.
So I heard you reference over the course of the years that I've known you, like 7-8 years. I've heard you reference ICQ. So did you ever hear the story about me spamming somebody with a certain ICQ number?
No.
So I wanted my phone number as my ICQ number.
Yeah, okay.
So I harassed the hell out of this guy because it was like a 7-digit number, no area code. We didn't have to Actually, we even had a different area code back then, so it would have been totally different. But the guy had my 7-digit phone number, and I just kept sending a message like, "Yo, bro, dude, please, can I have your ICQ account?" And I never got a message back, and I was so upset.
Ugh.
But ICQ was hard to use. You had to know somebody who used it for it to be relevant. There wasn't like a because back then, internet was all about mingling and like chatting.
Right.
Like that was the big selling point of the internet. Like chat with other people. It wasn't like, you know, have Wikipedia or, you know, use Twitch. That stuff, you know, obviously that stuff wasn't around. So ICQ, here's this, you know, ICQ, like net meeting from Microsoft, IRC. IRC was a little easier to use because at least you can find chat rooms. But the other two, it was like impossible to find people unless you already knew them. What was the main point of ICQ? Do you remember?
I guess the way you put it, I guess really the point of it was that it was like a way to hide out from people who didn't know how to use it. Or
it's
didn't.
Like a more exclusive internet for people. There's
Yeah.
Just Man's 100 Tiny Rocket, and that is
That was
5 minutes, 1 second.
Yeah, I guess that was it. I mean, I was on ICQ, and the only thing I can remember for a reason being why is that there was some girl I was talking to. She's like, "Oh, hey, why don't you message me on ICQ instead of AIM?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna download it."
Yeah. For most of us, like we still had AOL, so it was like we had to fire up AOL just to use ICQ on top of that. It's like, well, what's the point here? 7 more lines here for FAP. But unfortunately, he's going to be moving on to the bronze medal match. Just Man's going to be the first one in the gold medal match. Uh-oh.
Oh, well, okay. it's so nerve-wracking being like level 9 with your crap all built up to the top. You don't have room for one mistake. One mistake, goodbye. And because the whole game is like planning ahead, like what you're going to do with your next piece and the next piece. And then when the one piece doesn't go where it's supposed to, the plan falls apart and you don't even have time to like modify the plan.
Yeah, and heaven forbid you're using in-game music and the stupid tempo's changing on you. It's like, is there ever a game that's more like panic-inducing than Tetris when you screw up?
No, I don't think so.
No, but all right, Justin Man's gonna move on to the gold medal match. Fap's gonna go to the bronze medal match. Let's see who they play here. All right, and here they are. Who will move on to face Justin Mann? 114, 114, 11-4. How would you prefer it if you were Justin Mann?
Yeah, I think 114 is the biggest number, and obviously you just want to have the biggest number, right? That's what the game is.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of biggest, Zarnax has the biggest score and the biggest rocket peen so far. This formation he's building right there. It's like the Redbird Grad I am not breasticle Phoenix avatar.
I like the plus in the middle of it. He's got a D-pad hole right in the middle. As if he's calling out D-pad Danny. Oh, he just wrecked D-pad Danny.
No, but he's doing some other stuff here. He's building a little bit. Well, Zarnax sees, here's the one of the things, and we were talking a little bit before the race started about how, like, you know, how good some of these players are. Zarnax just throws things down in the beginning. And, like, it doesn't even matter if he misses, like, 3/4 of the way up the screen. He just rolls with it, and, you know, next thing, you know, he's always arriving at, like, a sub 6-minute time. If, you know, if obviously if the run finishes, and, you know, mostly always does. It's just amazing how, like I wouldn't even say it was mess up. He's just kind of placing pieces fast and then just cleaning it up thereafter and just making faster lines as a result.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, for him, what I would see if I made it, I'd be like, that's a mistake. There's, you know, why is there a hole in the middle of my thing? That's bad. This is Tetris. This is supposed to be perfect. And that's not a problem for him. Nothing seems like it's much of a problem.
So, what did the Mayflower smell like when the Pilgrims boarded it in 1620?
What did the Mayflower smell like? Was it a new ship?
That I don't have any historical reference on that. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, my first guess would probably be like poop, but no, I don't know.
I mean, you would probably expect it to smell like human and animal feces because of the long trip and everything like that.
Right. That's my educated real world guess. And that's also my guess now. So let's hear it.
Well, the Mayflower was carrying barrels of sweet wine. So the first few weeks, it is estimated that the Mayflower smelled fruity. But then the few weeks after that, probably started smelling like animal feces and human feces. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but, probably.
Yeah, a little Mayflower trivia for everybody watching Tetris.
Just part of that little part of our, you know, one of those things all school children learn about, the Pilgrims and coming to, you know, America, and never really talk about the sanitation or anything like that in the ship. It's always about the freedom. Sorry for pooping on American history, everybody.
Right? No, I mean, listen, there are Pilgrim apologists out there, but honestly, where did they go to the bathroom?
I hope, you know, they had buckets and at least tossed them off into the ocean.
I mean, what are your options here? Like a room with a bucket, like, you know, a piece of board with a hole cut out of it, like positioned over the ocean. Like, what option do you want?
That sounds like a great option.
Just like grab this bathroom reader, like, you know, at the Mayflower, just like hanging out, you know, ass flapping in the wind underneath you, you know, over the ocean. It's probably a dream.
I hope there are bars to hang on to.
Well, there's got to be something. I have a fear of dying in open water, a reoccurring nightmare of it as well. I'm petrified when I drive near it for some reason, especially if, like, you know, there's no good guardrail shoulder support system that's in the area. And crap, if you're going to get me, I'll hold it in the whole way. Like, how long until Boston? Like, you know, forget it. Like, I'll hold it. So, I'll pull over to Dunkin' Donuts on the way and I'll just go.
There are a lot worse places to go than Dunkin' Donuts.
Where is the worst place you ever gone to the bathroom? Let's talk about that.
Okay. That where I really had to go, and it was going to be very bad if I didn't. I grew up in like northeast of Cleveland, very northeast corner of Ohio. Shout outs to Nirm, who also grew up there. So I moved to Cincinnati, which is the opposite corner of Ohio. So we'd have to drive back and forth, visit family, whatever. Constantly, it's like a 5-hour drive. And after doing it for like 10 years as a child, I mean, obviously, at some point you're gonna get in the car and you're gonna be like, oh no, pull over. But no, there are truck stops all down the highway, and by the way, Zarnax finished like 7 lines ago.
Oh yeah, he's waiting for your story before he acknowledges it.
But no, I mean, like this truck stop, man, it was like the whole floor of the tile floor of the bathroom was like flooded, and like I think somebody even was like, just a bunch of noise was happening. That's about the worst I've had to deal with, but man, that sucked.
The good old TA truck stop of America is where you don't really know what's going on in those bathrooms because they're used as like showers as well and stuff like that. It's kind of scary to do it. Yeah. It's a good casino bathroom is kind of pretty good because you can time it on a jackpot and like you feel good about yourself.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've never had that experience.
Yeah, like a sporting event as well. Like maybe not the most sanitary, clean place, but again, you time it at the right moment, and it's like you feel like you're in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, but I mean, if I had to use the bathroom at the stadium for an extended period of time, I just feel bad, like I was holding everybody up.
Anytime I use the bathroom in the stadium, it's always some dude like in the stall next to me just hacking up a lung like he drank too much. And I'm just like, all right, got to get out of here. It's going back inside my stomach. Like, I'm just like I can't do it. Performance anxiety and all that. But Zarnax does win set 2, like you rudely interrupted yourself. 4 minutes and 30 seconds that time, so a lot faster than the first time. He wins 2-0 over Puke 7. He'll go on to the gold medal match in a little bit against Justin Man 114. And then it will be Puke 7 versus Cantaloupe Me in the bronze medal match. But before we do that, we're going to go back to Hans Buttface in the studio. And he's going to get us all set for the Super Mario Bros. 3 event. And we'll be heading on back for the conclusion, the medal rounds of the Tetris event, after we bring you the first round of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Any% No Wrong Warp event. Checking out our brackets here, Sleepy Mario versus Link Sevens, Jakite versus JSR, Bent Glass Tube versus Buzz Thunder, and our first matchup is going to be Coach Crab versus Rose City Saint. And as a special treat, we're going to be featuring the All-Stars of Twitch broadcasting, starting it off with Justin Man 114. Take it away, Just.
All right, welcome back, everyone. SMB3 race here, continuing the SHI Olympics. We've got Rose City Saint versus Coach Crab. This is the first round, so we're going to see who gets to advance to the semifinals here, and they're getting started right away here. This is going to be the any% category, which means they will be using warp whistles to get through the game quite a bit faster than if you didn't warp. See on Coach Crab's screen, looks like he is taking good advantage of the P speed here to get through the first level. RCS taking his time a little bit more, making sure he's not going to take a death. So you're going to see these runners collect 2 whistles here in the first world, and then they're going to warp straight to World 8. So I believe it's just going to be 4 levels, sorry, that they're going to play here in the first world, and then you'll just see them go through World 8, which is a few auto-scroller levels, kind of laid back, and then of course the infamous hand screen where we'll see RNG take place. So just have to see what happens here. So Coach Crab picks up the mushroom and then unfortunately immediately loses it. And takes a death. He was actually trying to set up on that white box there so he could get the first whistle of the run. You'll see him try it again here. RCS taking care of the second level there, so they'll be on the same level in a second. And you're going to see him just crouch on this and just fall through eventually after a few seconds. Take the secret exit out of the level, which allows you to grab this whistle. And they'll be using the secret exit on the next level as well to get the second whistle. It is required to have a leaf or raccoon tail Mario, whatever you want to call it, to be able to do that. Fortunately, he'll be able to grab that right here at the end of this first part of the level. So RCS grabs his first whistle. I'm sure most people growing up playing this game knew about this whistle here in the fortress. The other one was a little bit tougher to find, in my opinion at least. Here we go. If you use the whistle again on the warp screen, it takes you right to World 8. So that's where we're going. And now we get to the fun part of the run, which is just a bunch of auto-scrollers. Alright, RCS doing the same thing. So maybe, I didn't look at the clock there, but probably about a 30 to 45 second difference now between the two. And assuming no deaths, we shouldn't see too much of a variance in the next couple of levels since they can't really go faster or slower than each other. So if you've ever played the randomized version of this game, you can actually turn these auto-scrollers off, which is quite nice. Probably the best part about the randomizer. It just makes all the levels, you can kind of just go whatever speed you are comfortable with instead of having to wait. Can't do that here though, unfortunately. So we're just going to be waiting it out. I believe there's 4 of these auto-scrollers, if I'm not mistaken, that we're going to have to see. And one of them does move twice as fast, which was always the tough one for me as a kid. I always used a P-Wing on that level. Of course, we'll also get to see the infamous 8-1, which nobody is a fan of. That was one I saved a cloud for as a child. Alright, here's Coach Crab. Giving RCS a little bit of a chance to catch up there, actually, at the end of the auto-scroller, because he actually waited for the tunnel to get all the way onto the screen there. See if RCS takes advantage here and enters the tunnel as soon as it appears on screen. As Coach Crab enters the chocolate milk level, if you will. Can't get that flower. Just barely gets under that cannonball. So he does keep his mushroom power up. As I say that, RCS loses his. So on this chocolate milk level, you actually can abuse it if you want and swim under the boats and not die. You have to pretty much mash A the whole time so you don't swim too low and get pushed under the level and killed. I don't think it's any slower to do it that way, as long as you don't do it on the final boat, as far as I know. I don't see why it would be. It doesn't look like we're... At least Coach Crab has not decided to do that. We'll see if RCS wants to go underneath. He's going to hopefully grab this mushroom. A little easier to grab that power-up when it's a mushroom rather than a flower. Kind of got to do a quick crouch jump up into that little crevice if it's a flower, and then hop out of there, all while avoiding all those projectiles. Here's Crab with the boom boom fight. easiest mini boss in video game history, if you guys didn't know, is Boom Boom. I can't think of an easier one. And if you ever die to Boom Boom, you should feel ashamed. So let's hope that does not happen to either of these racers tonight. We'll see, I believe, 2 more Boom Booms. Alright, so Coach Crab unfortunately gets grabbed by a hand. I believe this is the first hand. I actually missed it. I was watching the other screen. But the hands are random. There are 3 possibilities of getting grabbed and sucked into one of these levels. Oh, it was the second one. So he gets 1 hand. Get your emotes out in chat. And he's going to be entering, this is the fast auto-scroller, the Air Force as they call it. Some people like to refer to them as Army, Navy, and Air Force, I believe, for the 3 auto-scrollers that we've seen so far. Yeah, you can see this one's going twice as fast and a little bit tougher to deal with, but still not too difficult. Just gotta be careful of those wrenches. Alright, RCS going into the hand screen himself. Let's see if he can, if he gets 0 hands here, he can actually catch up quite a bit. Oh, and unfortunately gets grabbed by the same one. I believe this is actually the shortest of the 3 hand levels. With the longest one, I believe, being the one with the fish everywhere. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that one we just saw is the shortest. I'm not sure which one is the actual longest, but we'll see if he gets out of there. Unfortunately, he gets grabbed by the second one, and Coach Crab entering infamous 8-1. This is a tough level. Yeah, here's the fish everywhere for RCS. Fortunately, 8-1 is not nearly as bad if you have either Fireflower or Raccoon Mario here. He's already passed all the hard stuff, even using the Bullet Bill there as a little bit of swag to hop over the final pipe, and he's out. RCS has the ability to use that power-up he just got. He's actually got 2 of them, so he will. And here's 8-2. We're gonna see the old down the sand waterfall here. Take the left pipe. He's gonna take the right pipe, sorry. Left pipe gets you a power up. This one is probably faster. Exit is the same. Yeah, that one is certainly faster. And there we go. Coach Crab going to be heading over to the fortress and uses his star. This first part of the fortress is just a little easier with the star, so you don't have to stop and go a few times. And casually, if you've never played this game before, this level could be a bit of a nightmare with all the doors and choices. It's actually quite easy. You just take this door here, we're going to hit the P switch. Going to run through all these coins that are no longer blocks, and at the end of here, I'm gonna get another P switch just to reactivate. Coach Crab wants fireballs now, and he's gonna go in this last door, and we are at the boss. For what it's worth, this is probably the toughest Boom Boom fight, in my opinion, just because the floor is moving. Not that he's a hard boss or anything, as I mentioned before. But you do have the added difficulty of the floor moving. The only other one that could maybe come into question would be the one in World 6 that has the ice physics on the floor. But it's not really that bad. RCS, unfortunately, short jumping there. Taking a death on 8-1. Does he still have his other leaf? He does. Coach Crab deciding to pause the game real quick for some reason. Just wanted us to hear that sound effect, I guess. Here's RCS flying up to the pipe in 8-1. This actually significantly... Wow. Interesting clip there. He just clipped right through that giant block. But yeah, this actually skips quite a bit of the level. I'm not actually sure. I don't know. I don't think that one's actually faster, but it is way safer. That whole first part of 8-1 is definitely the worst. And then this part here is pretty trivial. As long as you don't get stuck in between those two giant build towers, it can get pretty hairy there. But otherwise, just kind of jump over everything and you're good. And he's going to be heading over to 8-2 himself as Coach Crab enters the pipe for the final Boom Boom. He'll be heading over to Bowser's Castle. See, RCS is going to take the traditional route through the level instead of going down the sand waterfall. Sanderfall? I don't know what to call it. It's not a sand waterfall because it's not water, but quicksand fall? I don't know. Anyway, Coach Crab unfortunately gets caught. Sometimes you can get through those lasers with P-Speed, sometimes you can't. I don't really actually know why that is. It seems random. If you have a star, oftentimes you'll see people use a star there just so they know they can run through it. But he does lose his power-up, which is actually not even that big of a deal. He can't do the neat swag clip there that skips a little bit of the level. But it only saves a few seconds. He's going to grab... Oh, he's not going to grab the... He's just... Oh, maybe he is. Grabs the mushroom. You might see him intentionally lose the mushroom later on the Bowser fight. There's a neat trick if you don't use fireballs or hammer suit on Bowser to just kind of not have to deal with doing anything in the whole fight. RCS unfortunately taking a lava bath there. Alright, here's the Bowser fight. So, if you have fireballs, you can kind of just stand on that thing on the right of him and just, you know, fireball him until he's dead. It takes quite a few, but it's usually pretty easy. If you don't, you can do what Crab's doing here. You see he just... Bowser's hitbox is just his head, which I didn't know until I got into speedrunning of this game. I did not know that my entire childhood, so... You can pretty much just stand there, especially if you're small Mario, and he will never hit you, as long as you're kind of centered along him so the fireballs can't hit you, and then just jump out once the bricks are ready to break, just like that. Take care of him. So Crab's going to finish up here. Looks like he's going to take the win. Run doesn't officially end until that door opens and he enters it. RCS, unfortunately, taking another death here in the World 8 Fortress. And Coach Crab's going to finish up with a time of 14:08. Solid time. RCS just got a couple levels remaining, including this one. See how he manages here. All right, got the right door. Hit that switch. Little trick here, you can just keep running, and he does it. There you go. It looks scary at first. It looks like those discs are gonna kind of hit you, kind of like those ones just did. Oh, and RCS, well, he could get back up there if he hits that P switch and then just goes back around to the right of the thwomp. Looks like he's contemplating whether or not he wants to continue. I think we do have a forfeit, unfortunately, for RCS, so will be Coach Crab taking the win, and he will be moving on to the semifinals. And GG's to both runners. And I guess that's all we got for you.
This is Hans Buttface with SHI Tournament Olympics breaking news. It appears that seething from missing the bus for his Super Mario Bros. Race, Jakite has flown back to his home nation of Pixel Fire and will forfeit his Super Mario Bros. 3 race. SHI sources tell us that Kite left after confronting his teammate Digshake about an update to the Zelda 2 randomizer. Witnesses say Kite was angry about Dig Shake going back on his word to update the randomizer in February or quit Twitch altogether. Our researchers say he did neither. We reached out to Dig Shake for comment, but no one has seen him in the SHI tournament since Season 3. Stay tuned for further details. But now we go back to Angry Larry for the start of the Buzz Thunder versus Bent Glass Tube race. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone. Bent Glass Tube. Bent Glass. If I can have a little bit louder in my ear, that'd be fine. And I want it that way. Tell me why. All right. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, grab a bottle of water really quick, and then we'll do it.
Ow! Hey! Oh, God dang me. Hell's this, man? Oh, hey! What's going on? Hey, okay, hey, oh, dang, there's some pretty colors on this. What? Oh, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. Name's, how we doing? It's Walter the goddamn fop, just here doing some burgling. Just checking in. I was invited, you understand? Everything's fine. Oh, what is this? Seems to be some tiny man on the screen there going quite fast. Oh, God, what is this here? Hold on. This ain't right. Change that over. Hell yeah, okay. Hey, it better's Walt's the goddamn fight in your air holes. What you gonna do about it? Yeah. Oh, man, I love a good burgle. Okay, what's going on here? We got seem to have some men. They're going very fast. What are these pipes? Can I get one of them pipes, man? Oh, shit. God dang, what's it? Hold on. The hell's this music? Can I get some fog hat? This is ridiculous. Wow, the man hit a tiny box, and I don't know. Why is he hitting the box, man? I don't understand. Was that? Oh my God, it's a tiny ball sack with feet. Oh God, call a scientist. Somebody call goddamn scientists. It's unbelievable. This is a miracle of modern medicine. Oh, there's one with wings. Holy shit. I always got wings. Why? God, why is abomination? Oh man! Wait a minute, the man hit a box and made a star. If a star happened, is this some sort? What kind of magic shit is this, man? All my years of being a reverend, I never seen anything like this. I never. No, wait a minute, that man got himself a whistle. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. You know, this reminds me of the time in 1974. I was driving around my monster truck, you understand? I had the 4 wheels on it. She went pretty fast. Now, what happened was I talked to my cousin, Charlene, and she said, Walter, listen up to me. You listen to me. You listen good. What's going to happen is I'm going to go to the barbecue. You come by the barbecue later, and you go in the house and you burgle. You know what I mean? Oh, what's this? What's this? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, it's got a bear out here. All right, cool. Oh, it ain't quite hot, but it's, it's pretty. It's room temperature, so I suppose that'll do. I like my bears hot, you understand? The difference between warm bear and a hot bear. Now, it's just a happy place in your mind, you understand? Oh, hell yeah! Walk to the goddamn farm. Oh, man, what kind of weird-ass show was this, man? This is the weirdest television I've ever seen. Oh, God, the raccoons! The raccoons, wow! Hold on, wait a minute. Now, let me tell y'all folks something about raccoons. It's a delicious meat, but you gotta cut it right, you understand? Now, you come down there, you get yourself a sharp knife. Gotta be sharp! And you dig in, you get yourself that flank, that raccoon flank. You understand what I'm saying? And that's gonna be, one of the best meals to get the gristle. You put on some honey, and goddamn, hey, it's a party! It's a party! Now, as I was saying, it was 1964, and my cousin Charlene, she had said to me, Walter, we're going to go down to the store, and we're going to go to the house, and you're going to burgle, and I'll be at the store, and hold on a minute. There's a cake. Hold on. Hey, can I get that fog hat, man? This is ridiculous. Oh, yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the hot bear. So the difference is, understand, it's a hot bear. There's a cold bear. No, thank you very much. Most folks, they say, Walter, I got a bear for you. I say, what goddamn temperature is it? And they say, you know what? It's room temperature. And I'm, it's okay. Some people, they say, it's cold. No, thank you very much, man. You take a cold beer, shove it right up your own bum, because I'm not a fan. I like my bears hot. In the microwave, no less than 1 minute, 69 degrees Fahrenheit or more. Or that is not a hot goddamn bear, all right? What the hell? There seems to be some kind of world war with Raccoon Man happening before my very eyes. There's Boomerang Man, there's exploding testicles, and there's men popping out of holes like whack-a-mole. What year is it? This is like Vietnam from hell, ×2. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh, God. There's some sort of lava. I don't understand, man. There's tanks made of wood. Now, here's the problem. Hey, right, Please, goddamn it. Here's the problem with a tank made of wood. That's flammable as shit. All right, I was a stunt man for a long time, all right? And the problem with wood is that it's very flammable. One time I rode a motorcycle made of wood, and I rode that motorcycle up a hill, and there was a man, and he had a lighter, and he had a campfire made with that lighter. And I drove over the campfire, and I lost the goddamn stunt competition because my bike caught fire because it's made of wood. Damn it, it was a bad time. Hold on, I'll get some of this out there. He's not too bad. I've had worse. There's a brand name on this. I can't read, so I don't know what that says. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very confusing turn of events, goddamn. You just had cannonballs, and I'm pretty sure what's going on here is we got some kind of civil war, maybe the Revolutionary War reenactment. Now, they might be taking some, they might be taking a few creative allowances with what you're saying there. There's a man stomping on another man who's made of spikes, and now he's not, and now he has disappeared. He is no longer up this earth, goddammit! I don't get it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I want my money back. Wait, did I pay for this? Hey, am I paying for this? No? Who are you? I don't think there's anybody there. It's fine. He's probably fine. Now, okay, there was a man, and he was fighting a man with a hammer. He was on some kind of larva. And now once again, we're back to now you got a ship made of wood. That's not as bad of an idea, okay? It's when you have a tank made of wood. That's when it really becomes a problem. You understand? The problem is the flammability of the wood. Okay, you get yourself a nice oak, especially if you've been circling it in gasoline, giving that bad boy a sniff. From hell and high water, you oh, that's good. But it's not always good if you're driving it on a lake of fire, all right? Now, I want everyone to remember that. Do not drive planks made of gasoline, been soaked in gasoline and put together with nails made of raccoon teeth on flaming hot lava. All right, now, if you're going to learn anything today, I want you to write that down, goddammit, I want you to take it to heart. All right, and you can trust me, because I am a reverend. All right, I'm certified 1992. All right, perform many miracles. Burn a lot of sage, goddammit. One time I married a hamster to a tree. All right, I'll do it. The money's there. I'll do it, goddammit. Emergency circumcisions is not a problem. Call it watch the goddamn fight. You're gonna get it handled for you. You understand? I'm still not any less confused as to what kind of goddamn television show this is. It seems to be a very poorly made movie. There's two different scenes happening at once. You understand? I don't know if you can even see this, because I'm just talking into some with this kind of seems to be some sort of robot penis. And it has a oh man, I don't think this thing's circumcised. Well, anyways, oh look out! Oh, there's man's jumping very fast. He has gotten coins. How do I get the coins from him? Is the question I would like to know. Because he has them and I want them. Who do I gotta write the mayor? Because I will, because I have, and I'll do it again. Now, once again, there's Spiky Man, and he was stepped on, and I don't think he liked it very much. I don't think he was a fan. Now I have some sort of underground trouser dumpster man throwing bones. Oh God, this is, ladies and gentlemen, I can surely say this is the worst movie I have ever seen, and I have seen Waterworld. Now there's a cloud chasing the man, but that man appears to be friends with the cloud, So this is not an issue at this current time. There are multiple clouds, ladies and gentlemen. We have multiple clouds. And one almost caught fire. Oh, he was hit with the bone. One man got hit with a bone and he may have died. I don't know. I wasn't there. The other man's in a completely different world right now, and he is scooting about some sort of map with a light on him. And now he's in sand. Why are you in sand? Get out of the sand! Oh God! No! Oh, he's okay, ladies and gentlemen. He's fine. Let me tell you something about sand. Grandma Amy used to say, you know what she said to me? She said, Walter, you can't trust a man what's made of sand. And to this day, goddammit, it's something that I take to heart. I see a man made of sand, I said, no, sir, you move it right along, buddy. You move it. Now, there's another man, there's a man on the right here in this movie. I don't know, he might be the co-star, because he ain't moving. He ain't moved for a while. I'm kind of worried about him. Might have broke his knees. There's some kind of, I don't know if it's a mustache or dirt, but he's got to clean himself up. This man really looks like he's having a hard life. There's another man that appears to be glowing all sorts of crazy colors. I don't know what his intention is. I can't tell. He's moving about like a greased weasel, man. This is unbelievable. It's unprecedented. This is not the precedented. You understand? There's angry blocks falling from the sky. Now listen, this movie's getting a little bit better by the minute. This movie's getting a little bit better. You know, at first it was hard to kind of get locked in with this, but it's not too bad. Now, why there's so many spiky men? Do they have some kind of semen clinic where they go in and they just, everyone with spikes just, hey, here you go, do with that what you will, goddammit. Shit! You gotta stop it. Stop the spiky man from procreating and recreating the population. Halabajula, praise be. You understand? You understand, congregation? Now, once again, I'm witnessing some very poorly made wooden tanks. And once again, man, I don't know if I gotta keep bringing this up. Hey, get that fog hat! Fog hat! I don't know why I have to keep bringing this back up, but once again, man, you can't make a tank what's made of wood. It's gonna get fire under, all right? Write that down. That's a life lesson. I want you to write that down. Halabajula, praise be. Okay. Oh man, it'd be a lot better if his bear was on. Hold on, let's get in the trip here. Oh, hold on. What's this over here? Got a drawer here. Let's see. What's this? Underwear? Oh yeah. Okay. That's a nice color. Oh, you gotta see. Oh, maybe if I hit it, you see that? If I hit it with the robot penis, you see that? It seems to be some kind of spotted gray, some sort of brief. Now, me myself, you understand, we're tactical briefs. It's a very tactical goddamn decision. It's something I just do. I get all sneaky beaky like you roam around. People don't know. People don't even know you're there. It's amazing. It's amazing. Now, is there a sequel to this movie? We don't know, folks. Wait, there's a 3. Hold on, what was I saying? It says Superb Marlowe Bras. Apparently, this movie's called Superb Marlowe Bras. And there's 3 of them, and there's kind of looks like a cat maybe hiding behind the 3. I don't know if you're saying goddamn the same thing I am, but this is getting a little bit out of control. This movie, you know, it keeps drawing you back in this movie, and then it loses me with the tanks what's made of wood. All right. And they look exactly the same. And why is the man a raccoon? Man should not be made a raccoon. Man should be eating a goddamn raccoon. That's why I was put here on the earth. Halabajula, you understand? Now, it appears to be there's a man. Oh man, this movie's weird. There's a man. He was spitting quite a bit. He was either spitting or doing a snot rocket at another man who was very much larger than him. It seemed to be some sort of hybrid lizard mixed with some sort of lasagna meal. At least that's my experience with it. And there's, you know, when you go in and there was a crying lady, and she was crying. She's upset. And everything's pink. Everything's pink. I can't say her. It's pink. It blends in. Goddamn, it's a terrible design. Who designed this? Who designed it? Hold on, back to this drawer here. What's that? Hold on, I'm looking to see if maybe he would have a safe in the wall. A lot of people, well, here's the deal. You want to go burgle? I'm going to teach you how to do it Walter the goddamn fine way. You want to get a good burgle in, what you do is you go around the house here. You'll be slapping the wall. You slap the wall. You hear it's holler. You hear it's holler on the inside. That's how you know there might be some goodies in there, or maybe just not a stud. Either way, if you want to go ahead and just crank that on in, just get yourself a hammer, some sort of bar, and you get on in there. Okay. Well, shit. All right. This movie's kind of boring now. It's some sort of fish. There's just picture now. The picture of a fish. It doesn't seem to be too happy. And there's some words there. What's going on was a booze, some kind of booze. Was a booze hand job. And there's a bental ass tube. I don't think that's gonna play well with anybody. I think you've picked some terrible names to represent your movies. And maybe they're directors. I don't know. Steven Spielberg. My book. You know what I mean? Rodney Dangerfield. You don't get no respect. You understand? There's a curtain. Does that mean is that the critics? What's that?
All right, I don't know.
What does that do? What's that do? Hold on, what's this?
And I want it. Whoa, who are you?
Does it what? Hey, it's me, Walter T. Goddamn Five. What's going on, man?
You're not even wearing, why are you not wearing,
What?
why are you my home and why are you not wearing
What do you mean?
pants?
I was just giving you a friendly burgle. There's nothing, you're not crazy.
You're
What
sitting
do you
in
mean
my
pants?
chair with no pants. That's
Yeah,
the $800
wait, what do you
racing
mean
gaming
pants?
chair.
What do you mean pants?
Get up.
What I need pants?
Get out of my house.
Oh, now, come on, man. Let me take it out. Those movies.
In 1982, a crack speedrunning unit was sent to a prison by an unfair tribunal for a cheat they didn't commit. These runners promptly escaped from a maximum security heck band to the Twitch underground. Today, still on the run, they survive as ROM hackers of fortune. If you need the eco key, if no one else can get a Tetris, or if you want a ROM hack, maybe you can hire the OCONOMOWOC OCTOROCKS.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Super Mario Bros. 3 category of the SHI Tournament. This is Link 7 versus Sleepy Mario with some first round action, and we'll be getting started shortly. Sleepy Mario getting stuck in a tight corner, but makes it to World 1. Link 7 off to a good start, grabs the shell, grabs the mushroom, and away he goes. Ooh, good momentum on Link 7's side. Sleepy taking it a little bit easier, grabs the leaf, and is probably going to fly his way to the end of the stage here. Link 7 doing a quick inventory check, making sure everything is in order before stage 2. Good jump off the flying Goomba and the regular Goomba here. And ooh, good note block jump, keeping his momentum throughout the entire level, and finished with stage 2. Sleepy Mario wrapping it up at stage 1 after a quick diversion to the clouds. So Link 7 opened up in an early lead, and this is where he's going to go grab that Flute on 1-3. Meanwhile, Sleepy Mario is going to grab another leaf and head on through 1-2. Ooh, good move by Link 7 to grab the shell while doing the crouch. That way he can just run straight to the end of the level. And gets whistle number 1. Sleepy Mario picks up the star, making it a little bit easier to get through the end of stage 2, and we'll make it to stage 3. Link 7, meanwhile, makes it to the fortress, and he will be heading up, up, and away to grab the second whistle. Sleepy Mario, meanwhile, taking a diversion to the clouds and having a nice, pleasant auto-scroll. Link 7's going to use 1 whistle and then 2, and he's on his way to World 8. So just like that, hey, end of the game. Alright, we'll see how the Tank Battalion greets Link 7 today. Meanwhile, Sleepy Mario is going to pick up his first warp whistle. Just running through some background elements. Alright, hand it over, Toad. There we go. So far, slow-moving tanks, no problem for Link 7. Sleepy Mario is going to pick up a safety mushroom from the Toad House, and then heads into stage 4. Definitely taking the road less traveled here, and who knows? Maybe he'll go for the coin ship. Link making short work of this auto-scroller here. Ducks the wrench. Clearly a big fan of dodgeball. Alright, dodges the big cannon. And into the boss, while Sleepy Mario still deals with this auto-scroller. And the Tank Battalion is down for Link 7. Picks up a nice safety star. And it's time for the naval engagement. And props to Link 7 for not immediately diving overboard, taking the easy way out. But he does take a cannonball to the face and is going to have to do this without raccoon power or firepower. Ah, there it is, a P-Wing for Sleepy Mario. So he'll be able to just fly over the top of any stage that gives him any sort of trouble. He gets his momentum built up, and he's going to fly up and get his second warp whistle, so he will be heading into World 8 shortly. Link 7 still making it through the Bowser Navy. And Sleepy's going to take one more diversion to the clouds real quick. And the Army and the Navy are defeated, leaving only the Air Force left. Ooh, bad luck for Link. First tile decides to give him a hand. Sleepy making pretty good time through the caves that aren't very often seen in speedruns of these. And Link will get a safety leaf for his trouble. Tile number 2, and you're going nowhere, buddy. So the RNG hand's not playing very nice for Link today. Can we go 3 for 3? And we do! Alright, the trifecta for Link. And he's just gonna fly over the top of this stage. It may be a little cheap, but then again, so are the enemies. And on the bright side, has plenty of resources for this Air Force fight. Sleepy picking up a star after beating up some angry turtles. He's going to pick up another treasure chest from the Toad House. Link, meanwhile, loses his raccoon tail, so he's got to play it a little bit more careful. But it seems like he has a pretty good idea of what's coming up next in the level, and his positioning while jumping from platform to platform, pretty solid. Sleepy Mario is going to take to the skies. So we have one on an airship and one fighting the Air Force. And Link 7 defeats the boss of the Air Force. Sleepy Mario, meanwhile, giving us the auto-scroller world tour. And we have 8-1 for Link. And this looks like a stage where having a P-Wing would probably come in handy, but it's definitely an out-of-the-way diversion. Meanwhile, Sleepy Mario is fighting the boss. Dunks that Koopa so fast, I didn't even get a chance to look at him. Alright, World 1 in the books for Sleepy Mario, while World 8-1 is in the books for Link 7. And he gets a running start on 8-2 and manages to keep his momentum through a good chunk of the level. Now here's the Angry Sun. And the hurdles. Oh, does a good job dodging the fireballs from those plants. Ooh, lands directly on the sun. Doesn't seem to be too much worse for wear. Sleepy Mario, meanwhile, time for 2 whistles, and is in World 8 with 15 lives, so pretty well set for the end run here. Now it's Link 7's turn to go through the very, very long fortress. Anybody playing this casually, this place was a nightmare. But Link 7 knows exactly where to go, and is making very good time. Makes it through the door before the P-switch turns off. And gets a very, very nice quick kill on the boss. So, about 11 minutes in, and Link 7 is making very, very good progress. Other than the bad luck with the 3 RNG hands, everything seems to be going pretty well. Now Sleepy Mario is going to take on the army while Link 7 takes on the, what would these guys be, the Marines? Yeah, we'll go with Marines. The last line of defense before Bowser's Castle, and Link 7's making it look easy, just blasting anybody that decides to pop their head up out of that personnel carrier there. Sleepy Mario takes out the general, and that's it. Time for the Navy. Meanwhile, Link's still plowing through. Makes it to the end. And another good quick kill on this boss. So Link 7, the first of the runners to make it into Bowser's Castle. Link 7 dodging the disco balls. And second try, gets a good clip through the wall. Sleepy Mario still dealing with the auto-scroller as Link 7 gets into the Bowser fight. And here we go, rifling fireballs into his forehead. Ooh, loses the fire power up, so he's got to do this the old-fashioned way. Give Sleepy Mario a little time to catch up. We'll see if he has the same amount of luck that Link 7 did with the hands here. Oh, 1 for 1 so far. Ooh, takes a hammer to the face. 14 lives. Meanwhile, Bowser tries to get the drop on Mario, but falls to his death instead. And that's going to do it. Link 7 is the winner of this matchup with the time of, looks like, 14:08. So, GG to Link 7. Sleepy Mario put up a good fight, but unfortunately, just a little bit behind on the by taking a couple extra levels, and that'll do it. Back to Hans in the booth.
All right, Edge, thank you very much. As we watch Sleepy Mario here finish, why don't we take a look at some of the top stats so far in the SHI Tournament Olympics. Start with this very event here, Super Mario Bros. 3, any percent, no wrong warp. So we saw it tonight. Buzz Thunder put up the top time with 12 minutes and 51 seconds. Link 7's from Team TRIFORCE, second best time with 14:08. And Coach Crab had the third best time, also 14:08. So I guess that was tied for second, but we're going to give Link the tiebreaker there, because Link is in the tool bag. And these guys, along with JSR, who advanced by forfeit, will be moving on in 2 weeks to play in the semifinals and then the medal rounds. See Sleepy Mario here, flying, using the P-Wing, flying over everything. He grabbed that P-Wing in World 1, did a couple of extra stages, and definitely getting the benefit here for the Super Navy stage. as he takes on Boom Boom. Just hovering and flying over him. Piece of cake right there, and he'll be moving on. We have the top times here for the Super Mario Bros. 2 Any Percent event. We'll also be seeing the semifinals and medal rounds of this event in 2 weeks. Fastest time of the first round was Angry Larry of 2 Gamers 1 Melvin, putting up a 12:06. Justin Man 114 of Team Triforce had a 12:21, excuse me. And the Puke 7 in a losing effort put up the third best time, 14:25 for Anchors of Fire. If you add all these guys' times together, it is still faster than the time that Jackamus Wedge put up in his victory over CF207. And Sleepy Mario gets a card. And the 1-up. So he'll be heading on over to World 8-2, or the BGT save state level. One of the best stages to put on a save state because it's so hard. You go down the quicksand, go through a pipe, and you finish the level. So I can see why BGT wanted to spend extra time practicing that one. All right, Super Mario Bros. 1 Any Percent. We'll be watching the semifinals and medal rounds in this event coming up next Friday. Fastest time put up by Rose City Nation of FAPIGIDIA's Cantaloupe. Fap had a 5:35, pretty much flawless. Zarnax 42 of 2 Gamers 1 Melvin, 6:18. And Coach Crab 127 of Special K, third fastest time with 6:23. These three, along with CF207, will be your final four for the semifinals and medal rounds. Again, that is next week. P-switch there for Sleepy Mario. He's going to speed on through to the door. See if he makes this other door in time. Took a little bit of a hesitation step. Nope, door went away. He's going to have to grab this second P-switch. Disadvantage of not making it in time for that second P-switch is this delay where the time stops and the conveyor belt doesn't move. But here we go, on to another Boom Boom. And Mario will be moving on here. Super Mario Kart will also be concluding next week, the semifinals and medal rounds. Top times for that event were Nearm. Nearm is representing Anchors of Fire. And with an 8:36. JSR from 2 Gamers 1 Melvin, 8:57. And in a losing effort, Armageddon time, 9:26. He's from Rose City Nation of Fapagidia. So Nearm, JSR, Dick Shake, and Random Effect, both those players who had a first round bye due to forfeit. That is your final four for next week. One last auto scroller here for Sleepy Mario. Down the pipe and one last Boom Boom. As we take a look at the top times in Tetris. Remember, after the conclusion of this race, we'll be going back to Angry Larry and Unos for the bronze and gold medal matches. Zarnax pulling off the top time for an individual set at 4:30 from 2 Gamers, 1 Melvin. Just a Man 114, Team Triforce 4:51. And in a losing effort, 2 Just a Man 114, Enchantress of Numbers from the
OCONOMOWOC.
OCTOROCKS put in the 5:16. And I'm being told in celebration of the 5:16, the nation of the
OCONOMOWOC.
OCTOROCKS would like us to play their theme song. So everybody please stand up, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart.
In 1982, a crack speedrunning unit was sent to a prison by an unfair tribunal for a cheat they didn't commit. These runners promptly escaped from a maximum security heck band to the Twitch underground. Today, still on the run, they survive as ROM hackers of fortune. If you need the eco key, if no one else can get a Tetris, or if you want a ROM hack, maybe you can hire the OCONOMOWOC OCTOROCKS.
And in the only event that is concluded thus far, Zelda 2 randomizer event, Buzz Thunder from THEPAINISTHUNDER won the gold. Jacquemus Wedge of Special K picked up the silver. And Nirm defeated Rose City Saint, Nirm of Anchors of Fire, and he picked up the bronze medal. So plenty of SHI tournament action still to come. And more medals are going to be awarded here in just a moment. We're just going to watch Sleepy Mario finish up here. He is one stage away, one segment away from his fight with Bowser. He's got to be careful not to fall in the lava again. He fell in the lava his first attempt through. And there is Bowser right now, so gonna make him smash his way down through the bricks and into the cesspool. One more jump in that little crevice. He's gonna set it up right now. Has to worry about falling down with him. And there's the jump. And there he goes. And Sleepy Mario will be finished here. And shortly, he's got to get through that door first. And that's going to be a time of 25:36 for Sleepy Mario. It's the 5th best in the event. We had 3 forfeits. One did not play and 2 forfeits. So by virtue of finishing, Mario finishes in 5th place in the event. So GG to him. Link Sevens will be moving on. And speaking of moving on, let's go to Angry Larry and Unos, who are going to set up here for the bronze medal match followed by the gold medal match in the Tetris 100 lines level 0 start best 2 out of 3 event. Take it away, guys. All right, and we are back for the bronze medal race, the medal rounds. I'm going to start off with the bronze medal race. Cantaloupe Me, FAP versus Puke 7. So based on what you've seen in the prior race in the semifinals and what you remember from the first round, how do you think this one's going to hold up?
I think these guys are fairly evenly matched. I think they could pull off in a race, you know, like a low 6, maybe even. I think if somebody gets a sub 6, that person will probably be the winner of this one. I guess main thing is like look out for having a game over.
Just I look up and all of a sudden I see FAP getting a piece that he can't really naturally put anywhere, and again,
yeah,
and that's
he already has kind of an ugly start, but it's not really that bad.
And we have a double for FAP, but a ham bone over on Puke 7 side. Speaking of ham bones, you ready for this one?
Ham bone for Cantaloupe. Yeah, I'm ready for the next. You got a question?
Don Draper from Mad Men. You remember him?
From what?
Mad Men on ABC. He was the lead character, Don Draper. He was a fiction character, all right? He was inspired by a real-life 1950s ad man named Draper Daniels. Draper Daniels claimed the fame was he convinced men to use a product that was predominantly used by women. And what was that product?
Huh. Well, I mean, the only thing I could even think of is perfume. And just call it something different, but what else would it be?
It, in fact, was cigarettes. Specifically Marlboro. Because that was it was packaged during the height of cigarettes scaring everybody from diseases and stuff. So he was tasked to re-image the product, and one of his one of his things that he came up with was to ditch the whole safety in smoking with filters stuff, ham bone, and embrace it being masculine. So he developed the Marlboro Man.
Amazing.
And then there you go. Then cigarettes went on from there, and both the Marlboro Man, the popular one from the ads, and Mr. Daniels both died of lung cancer.
All right.
So there was a little sad, tragic ending to that story.
Depending on your point of view.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you probably, there are probably some people that hate the guy. But Mad Men, I never watched really Mad Men. I know that was critically acclaimed, but it was never in my scope. It's like one of those TV shows that I didn't watch it for any other reason other than the fact that I just didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, I'm right there. I just learned more about Mad Men than I ever knew. Yeah,
seriously. And these questions are made possible by Uncle John's Impossible Question Bathroom Reader. So you want to pick that up at B. Dalton Walden or wherever your paperbacks are sold. But FAP's got a nice five-line lead here.
Yeah, and he's near the top. I think he's got to watch out for. I think he wants to reopen that hole pretty soon, or he's gonna just get in a really tight situation and just. Oh.
It's tough when you have to make that decision of putting something that doesn't really fit correctly somewhere when you're very high in the top. And the next piece you're getting isn't really going to help your situation. Then there again is just another piece where he just can't naturally fit it somewhere.
Yeah, this is what I mean where Justin and Zarnax are... That situation would probably present no problem to them, but it's beyond me. And you can see Cantaloupe slowing down to try to figure out what to do as well.
Yeah, when you watch someone like Enchantress the Numbers play the other Tetris games, the Grandmaster and all that, it's amazing. Same with Zarnax. There's a misrotate right there, or it rotated too late. Tried to change your mind and you couldn't get the piece there for FAP. And 58 lines here, he's in trouble.
Yeah, this is about. I'm going to spell his end right here. Oh. Yeesh.
Yeah, so that's going to give Puke here a 56-line lead in set number 1. No stranger to a game over either. So Fap's just got to compose himself here, get himself back up, and then just, anything can happen. Puke can also game over. Fap has certainly seen that in his share of races. His opponent also game overing.
Yeah, and Puke has kept very low this entire race to the bottom, which has made him go, really decreased his speed. If Fap was able to keep playing the way he had been, he would have come out probably way ahead.
Yeah, I guess it's your typical game in a race situation. You're going to build that platform and try to get it done as fast as you can, like it's a PB attempt. Or you're just going to go slow and steady, grab the blue ring, do 2 first, for Zelda fans out there. And then just, maybe... What's that?
So get the wand.
Get the wand. People are 1-0, undefeated, getting the wand in Zelda 1 races. I don't understand why more people don't do it. It's like a stat. It's proven.
Yeah, nobody's disproven it, right?
Exactly. They just laugh. But
It's a shame.
Yeah, nevertheless, going to be building some more lines here. So 75 lines, 3/4 of the way done for Puke 7. And this is still best of 3. Best of 3 for the gold medal round as well. Got any early predictions there on that gold medal race? It's going to be a good one.
Well, that's tough. I'd say so far, Zarnax has had the fastest, maybe probably the 3 fastest times in this, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't checked the stats because I'm really good at this, but just going by memory, I think Zarnax had the 3 fastest times, but Justin also has not. I don't think Justin's had a single game over or a single run over 5 minutes. And
I have to correct you here, not to make you look wrong or anything.
No.
Justin's last race was 5:01.
5:01. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
that doesn't count.
Hey, listen, if your total at the register is 10:01, you have a coupon for $10 and under save $10. I'm not giving it to you. You're 10:01, buddy.
Do you have coupons that work that way? Like if you spend less than that amount of money?
So here is the thing. And no, it's the other way around. You're right. It's over.
Okay.
So I was working at Toys R Us one year. RIP Toys R Us. F's in chat for Toys R Us, please. And like what do I care? Like what do I care? I'm coming right off from it's like my MSN days. Like I just wanted to go home and talk to some chicks on the internet. And it was during Christmas because that's when they were hiring, and I got a job at Toys R Us. And there was this thing, like, there was this coupon. They always did that mega coupon in the circular for Christmas time that was like, spend $50 and save like $10. Like it was a crazy coupon, whatever it was. And you got like 1 per the big book, and they didn't give away the big books in the stores. And there's Puke 7 with 100 lines, and Fap's going to give this one up and regain his sanity for the second race.
Just let the pieces slowly drop to the bottom.
Just very slow, drip, 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 drip. I'll finish the second part of the story when we reset. We'll give these guys a little bit of time to set up for round number 2. We're going to go right at it. And we'll be back. After this, we got a message from our sponsors here. Oh, no. Are you tired of clipping your nails and having them get all over the place? They're on your desk, on your floor, in your food, even in your houseplants. Now you don't have to worry about those unsightly fingernail clippings no more with the revolutionary Angry Larry Fingernail Vac. The patent-pending design fits most household vacuum cleaners. Just attach, clip, and never have to worry about those embarrassing clippings again. Get your fingernail clipper, the vacuum attachment, and a carrying case for only $29.95. But wait! Order in the next 10 minutes and you'll get a second pair absolutely free. Just pay a separate processing fee. To order your Angry Larry Fingernail Vac, call the number on your screen. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Sorry, no CODs. All right, we are back, and they're just about ready for set number 2 here. Puke 7 has the 1-0 lead in the bronze medal race on Cantaloupe. The time of the last race was something. Puke 7 won in about 7 minutes and change over Fap. And here we go for set number 2. But to finish my thought before is I was in working at Toys R Us, and they had that crazy coupon, spend $50, get something, and like the lady's total was like 47 whatever, right?
Right.
So she gives me the coupon. I'm like, you know, like what am I supposed to do? Like I'm 20 something years old. I'm just like, yeah, ma'am, like, you know, you didn't spend $50. Oh, give me a break. It's almost like arguing me, almost there. And I'm like a kid. Like I don't care, but I also don't want to be yelled at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know, like trying to help her at the same time. Like, you know, hey, listen, don't yell at me. Let's try to work this out reasonably, like adults, and figure a way to get your total to 50. So she grabs like something like a pack of batteries or something, like throws it at me. So I ring it up. Do I kid you not? Her total went to like 49.70 something. And it still wasn't 50. And I'm like, it's not 50. Like, oh, she blew her crap, dude. It was like one of the, like, you know, everyone who's worked retail ever, you have an experience where that's a errant piece right there for FAP. That's gonna be costly. I don't know how he's gonna try to manage, but shove that one in there. All right. Looks like he's manageable now. Just kind of clear that top line and then work out the other. But everyone has that retail story where like somebody just, you know, loses their crap on them for like, you know, no apparent reason, bad day, or like, you know, no fault of their own. Maybe it's the fault of the store, bad promotion or whatever. That was like one of mine right there. That was somebody losing their crap on me because their coupon that said $50 or more saved this, and they didn't have $50 or more. So like I didn't know what to do, dude. Like what would you do in that situation? I mean, now I know what to do because there's 3 simple letters, EAD. But back then, like I didn't know from that.
Oh man, and just would it be weird to just charge them for extra stuff for yourself? Just say, okay, just, you know, like, okay, it's 47 something. You just go, all right, well, let me just grab something nearby and just buy it for myself with their money.
Yeah, pretty much just get one of those lollipops at the registers and whatever. FAP took a game over there, and then immediately gets greeted with like an S piece. So that's nice.
No.
And then he has to build this foundation on the left-hand side. And
he's gonna get that square in there.
yeah, and like one of the things with the NES Tetris, especially at level 0, is like you get a piece in there, and then you're like pre-moving the next piece, and it's not down all the way. It's got a little delay to lock in, even if you're holding down.
Right. So when you play this game, and
I think
for one, you can turn off the music, but if for whatever reason you also don't care to hear anything of the game, then you can't hear your pieces hit the ground. And that's like the audio cue that helps you know when it's okay to start moving your next piece.
I think that happened to FAP right there. I think he tried to fit an S piece into the wall he was building on the side that he was forced to build on the side. Goodness. And then he just missed it. I mean, this is pathetic, and not like on FAP's end, but on the game's end.
Oh, good grief. This is... Wow. Just, yeah, I can sympathize with FAP here because this is just super annoying. His pieces just aren't... They're just going so slowly. And he keeps having the same problem. He just is ready to move the next piece, and his last piece is still active.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times. And then he gets a piece, and there's just no fit for it. So he's got to put it somewhere else, and creates a whole host of problems. And he's in this situation where he's all the way at the top and only at 12 lines. Meanwhile,
but look,
Puke is just
satisfying clear.
Yeah, Puke is just making lines.
Yeah.
"24 straight pieces for Puke. That's got to be nice.
Yeah, it's really hard to, I think there's a situation for basically every piece where you go, oh, like, this is just annoying, except for the long piece. The long piece, you can always just stand up on its end and put off to the side.
Yeah, no matter what. I mean, and just build around that for your lines. But yeah, you have no flat places to put a square cube piece. You have no indents to put a Z piece, S piece, whatever you want to call it. The L pieces, there are situations where those don't work out. You see FAP getting a little bit dangerously close to the top. Gets the double and then ham bone.
Is it a ham bone? That's a ham bone.
What was the other one? 3-bagger?
I
Sorry,
don't know,
turkey.
it didn't-
Turkey.
I didn't see any flash. A turkey.
Yeah, I didn't see a flash either, but I also didn't see. He looked like with the double, he got rid of all the unfilled lines, and then just
Yeah,
had
that's
that
what I
like that
thought.
right there. That looked like a ham bone, and it didn't flash.
I think we got a frame rate issue.
I think so too. It might be on my end. No, it's probably on the other end. I noticed that with certain games. What was I playing? It was I think it was Super Mario Brothers 2 when I was watching back the great Olympic coverage on the primetime special from last week. I was watching myself play Super Mario Brothers 2, and when I did the super jump, when I did the crouch jump,
Mhm.
I guess the frame rate on my stream alternated. Like maybe it was 30 FPS. So like every other frame where Toad would blink wasn't showing up on the stream.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. That's one of the that doesn't happen with newer games, because games have come so far, characters don't just blink to signify that something different is happening now.
I see that happen a lot in Tetris 1 restreams as well, where bubbles, like you won't have the alternating effect of the bubble. It would look like second quest bubbles, like in first quest room dungeons.
Yeah. Some people call that game Zelda 1.
What did I call it?
Tetris 1.
I mean, like I've heard it both ways. You never played the Tetris 1 hack? That is fantastic, man. You can restart at any level you want.
Oh man. You just click a level and it's actually a random level. Like I want to start at 0. No, you're starting at 15.
Yeah, you're starting at 15, buddy. And sorry, like you want the music to be you want to disable fast audio. Well, sorry, it's going to pick up again when you drop a piece.
Yeah, and double speed.
Yeah,
double speed, quad speed.
Anytime a audio channel changes, you're going to get the speed up music even though you disabled it.
Also, you're playing B-type.
Well, speaking of B-type, Puke 7 just B-typed his way right into the bronze medal.
Way to go.
It's 100 lines for him. I believe that was a 7:19 for Puke 7. His prior race was 7:26. Small rocket, though.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he'll have his bronze medal, but he won't have a big rocket.
And Fap's going to finish this one up. He's got 11 lines left. There's our bronze medal for Puke 7. Fantastic job for our team.
This is looking dangerous for Fap. He's just dropped another piece where he didn't mean to, and I'd say I'd give him about a 10%. Nope, I'd give him less than 10% chance of finishing.
Yeah, 92 lines. He gets wamboozled. He a little bit bigger rocket, though.
Have we even seen that rocket?
I'm not sure we've seen that rocket or not.
The medium rocket, like more than 1 pixel wide rocket.
More than 1 pixel wide rocket. Wide rocket is indeed the correct name for it. And there's our participation trophy for Cantaloupe. 4th place. Unfortunate circumstances. Lost a lot of runs, 90+ lines. And certainly, it's indication of RNG because there were a lot of those races, again, where he just kept getting pieces that just didn't work for him.
I have to be honest. I think I like Cantaloupe's trophy. That's really nice.
Would you like that better than a bronze medal?
I think I might.
See, here's my thing. When I ever make the Olympics for whatever event I'm going to make the Olympics in, because it's going to happen one day, I'd be pissed if I won 2 gold medals. Like I would want 1 of each.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like why
gold
would
and
I have,
silver?
Yeah, why would I have 2 gold medals when I can have like a gold, a silver, and a bronze? Like 1 of each. You know?
And so the story you tell your grandchildren is that I could have had all 3 golds, but I actually tanked it a little bit just so I could get this variety pack.
No, I tell my grandkids now that I could have won the gold medal because I started the race when Usain Bolt started the race and I finished before him. I peacocked it. Imagine doing that in the Olympics, showing up. Is there like an Olympics chat online where I can be like, all right, done?
I mean, that's basically what Willie Mays Hayes does in Major League, isn't it? He just shows up in that. He's like, oh, you guys are running without me? Well, I'm just going to jump in this one and beat you all.
You may run like Mays, but you hit like his sister. That's one of the greatest radio edits of, TV edits of all time.
Yeah.
That and, is this your homework, Larry? This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps, Larry. That's another good one from Lebowski. But yeah, there you go. Puke 7's bronze medal for Anchors of Fire. And Cantaloupe Me is going to take home the 4th place finish for Rose City Nation of FAPIGIDIA. And we're going to go to Hans Buttface in the studio. And we're going to reset next week's action. And next week, we will be concluding the Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Kart events. We're down to the final 4. The semifinals and medal rounds for both events. Coach Crab versus Zarnax 42. And Cantaloupe Me versus CF 207 from the
OCONOMOWOC.
OCTOROCKS. Those are the final 4 in the Super Mario Brothers event. Moving on over to Super Mario Kart. Dig Shake is going to have his first race as he takes on Nirm. And then it's JSR Line versus Random Effect, who will also be competing in his first race. Back to you guys. All right, here we are. Gold medal time here. Zarnax 42, 2 Gamers, 1 Melvin versus Justin Man 114, Team Triforce. Who do you got here?
Oh, who do I pick for a favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. Zarnax has shown a lot of great times here. I think we'll probably have to see Justin adjusting. And I think I was going to say before as well that Zarnax has been playing to his opponents, and now he's got a much tougher opponent ahead of him. So he might have to change a little too.
Looks like Justin Man is just placing pieces quicker, and I mentioned this before about Zarnax's play. I wouldn't call it sloppy, but when he's up near top in the beginning, it's just like if he puts an errant piece down, if it's unintentional, he's very quick to clean it up. But he's got to deal with those little those little air pockets, and Justin Man's like everything is just, if it's not on top, everything's solid underneath.
Yeah, we're privileged here to actually have a couple of NES Tetris masters in this tournament playing against each other in the finals.
Yeah, and don't be shocked to know that they're both the outsiders from the SHI Tournament regulars, and both were kind of recruited based on the games that were presented in the Olympics. One of them being Tetris. Although I'm sure Zarnax and Justin Man would still arrive on the same teams if there was even no Tetris event, but nevertheless, them being specialists in the game is very good. Zarnax had kind of an errant piece there, it looked like.
Yeah, this is actually getting a little bit worrisome. Yeah. Yeah, he just doesn't get the pieces. He could have made it work with some pieces, but not with others, and I think that that's what you were saying, that Zarnax kind of goes with the flow a bit, and the flow just wrecked him.
This is the highest we've seen anyone build this ledge as well. That's 3/5 of the way up there, if not 3/4 of the way up there for Zarnax. He's playing at the level Justin Man's playing at, but Justin Man started the shelf a little bit lower, and you can see at 3 lines, Zarnax already flushed that one down.
Yeah, and I think he's going high because he's obviously he has to feel like he's behind now. Justin doesn't make a lot of mistakes in this.
Yeah, and he just up-carried your comment right there. That's what he did originally too in the first round as well against you. He took the game over, then he took some chances coming from behind and got his PB.
Yeah. But
Justin, 51 lines, but right at the top there, those Q pieces are not what you want to see. You might get a little bit of bailout here with these, but nope.
Oh no.
So lead going right back to Zarnax here, 7-line lead.
Is it too late to take back what I said about having these guys in the finals?
Well, I don't know, because there is losing, there is getting a game over, there's losing your run, and then there is the excitement in going for it and losing your run at the same time. So I wouldn't call that I wouldn't let you take that one back, nor would I hold it against you.
I'm just kidding these guys anyway. Just razzing a little bit. I mean, they both now just had what we would have expected from this strategy, and that's that not every platform run is going to finish.
No, it's your race versus PB attempt kind of dynamic, and they're treating and treated one both in the same here in the sense of they're just doing what they do, put the platform down and build some lines. And this is Zarnax with a 15-line lead, 36-21 now, 25.
Yeah, and this could turn into the kind of a case of who managed to game over faster for this first match.
I'm not sure what piece Justin was waiting for there, but then arrives at getting a piece that didn't really help him out too much. Got him a little bit of a... Got him eventually a line. This is what we were talking about before. He had that pocket there where if he gets the right piece, he can make multiple lines off of that one line.
Yeah, Justin just managed to squeeze through a series of tough decisions. As far as my ability is concerned, I thought they were pretty tough decisions.
Yeah, he got every piece, I think, maybe but a flat piece, and decided to bail on every option, and then was finally forced to take an option because of the height of everything.
Oh, goodness. Just give the man a break. Holy moly.
And he's going to get a couple of good pieces here in a row. In fact, they keep coming for him. And this is what you need when you're that far up. And of course, 2 flat pieces there. You say there's no place that flat piece is bad. How about that? That's definitely a certain place. Certainly a place where a flat piece is bad, and you get 2 in a row.
My goodness.
Extends the lead 69-0 now. Justin Man's going to be building that foundation and hoping that he gets a little bit of a break here. That Zarnax, if he has not taken a game over by now, he hopes he definitely gets one relatively quickly.
Yeah, Zarnax is looking well controlled here at the moment. Getting up to 80 lines. This is the color changes in this game induce stress, and sometimes in the certain levels, the color changes make I don't know. I'm bad with shapes. I think I'm like handicapped when it comes to working with 3D space or even 2D space, is the case with Tetris. But when the colors change, I forget which pieces are which, because I rely on the color cues to know like which L piece is the left L and the right L.
Yeah, certainly. I wonder if they intentionally did that. I wonder what the purpose was, if it wasn't just cosmetic. I feel like it was just cosmetic. But here we go. Last 3 lines here for Zarnax. There's 2 more lines left, and he'll be... There it is, right there. Oh, no!
Oh, what? Is he trolling?
Maybe he was pre-typing .done and thought everything was lined up.
Oh, and look...
Oh, there it is. Okay. A little scare right there from Zarnax.
Yeah. Wow. Come on, man.
Yeah, that certainly was a come on, man. That was 6 minutes and 54 seconds there for Zarnax.
The color differences for the pieces are definitely helpful if you don't suffer from a strange sort of like mental block.
But Justin Man's going to let this one go. He's lost. He's going to regroup himself, get ready for set number 2, and we'll be back for set number 2 right after this. You wanted it, and you got it. It's the best of Bent Glass Tube. Relive all the exciting top-tier speedrunning achievements in a way that only Bent Glass Tube can deliver. You will see every soft lock, death, rage quit, and science stream. You'll also get your favorites like soft locking on Ganon, loading a save state during a race, BG 3-2, and even that one time he won a race. You can get all this action on 2 VHS tapes, 2 laser discs, or 1 DVD. It's Bent Glass Tube in your home. Call now.
Jesus.
All right, set number 2. Zarnax versus Justin Man for the gold. See if Justin Man can work his way back here. We got the Justin Man 114 ready alert sound that I just heard in his through his audio. Do you know what that is? It sounds like a trucker horn. I don't know what it is. I got to ask him. But he mutes every audio, and that comes through for some reason. It's probably like a Windows sound. Because you know him. He just does weird things to his fonts and Windows sounds.
No.
He's probably got some sort of... It's probably like a Disney thing. We'll ask him. But here we go. We're building platforms.
Yeah, and already looks like... I like Zarnax's platform just a little better. He's a little lower.
Yeah, lots of L pieces here for Justin, but he's getting a lot of flat, like a lot of flat pieces, L pieces and single pieces.
Yeah, turkey for Justin back there.
Again, you're not going to see a lot of ham bones with these runners building the platform. They're just going to take lines as they get them. It's too
I'd be
dangerous.
surprised to see any.
Yeah, it's too dangerous.
I don't think that it's in their mind because in the first match, I think, or maybe in a previous match, Justin actually had a setup coming. He had a square piece and a straight piece, and if he'd put the square piece in one spot and the straight piece in another, he would have had the ham bone, but he didn't end up playing it that way at all.
Yeah, and Zarnax grabs a turkey right there, and if I remember like a humble brag in like somebody's Tetris channel on Discord, I remember them talking about like 0 Tetrises for like a good time. And they're like, yeah, I like when that happens. So it seems like it's preferred. Is there like does the animation actually eat frames?
You're right. Yeah, that's the reason for preferring higher line clears per clears the animation. But I think the reason that they don't want Tetrises at this height is because then you're dropping the platform by 4 whole lines, which increases the distance, to the platform.
Right, and if you're near the bottom of the platform, you may break away part of it, a section of it, and have to spend a little time like building a base again, so you can drop more pieces and play further from the top.
You're right. Yeah.
40 a piece though.
Yeah, they're really close.
Well, this is the match we definitely expected to find in the first set, but
yeah, Zarnax gets the double and then the turkey.
And Justin's really just trying to find the way to get a little bit lower, but also to be able to clear lines at the same time. And it's a little give and take, and he takes. Now he's got to give back to or is it the other way around? He gives a little, and then takes? Whatever it is.
Reap, I think, well, do you reap and then sow, or do you sow and then reap?
It's one of those. He's laying the chicken and then getting the egg afterwards, and he's building himself a platform yet again, and then going from there. But he's like nice, steady 1-2 lines almost every piece, and that's kind of what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Stagger your pieces in such a way that every single time you drop one, you gain a line and set up a way to make another line thereafter.
Yeah, at this level, it's a very strange art form. I've never seen any like theory about it because I don't think that theory would work as much as like random pieces come into play. But man, there's got to be something to it. Distance from the top, number of line clears, how many frames each thing eats.
I bet we can trick BGT into doing something like that.
Oh, man.
Doing some Tetris science.
Science.
He's probably right now rushing to make a layout for it. And the tracker.
Well, it's good. He's getting a Super Game Boy too. And so he'll be able to do science on the Game Boy Tetris.
Yeah, it's like no limit. Oh, no. Oh, man, Zarnax with that cube.
Small slip here, but he doesn't seem bothered by it. He doesn't even take the straight piece into the hole to try to fix that problem yet.
No, that's the thing, man. Like, he misses that piece, and his business says, like, it doesn't fade. It's like he's got ice water in his veins. You've watched him stream. If no one's watched him stream before, like, nothing rattles this guy. Like, he'll be watching people pass him in a race, or he'll be winning a race, and he's like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
But speaking of not cool,
no,
91 line
Justin.
came over.
You were not supposed to be the one that came over.
Zarnax just has to make 2 lines here and steal this one. And there it is, Zarnax, 42, your gold medal winner.
Wow.
And I think Justin Man has been alerted to the news.
Pretty good time, too.
4 minutes, 32 seconds. Any game overs before Justin?
Wow, that's like, does he get a third square?
Is that considered a win if you make 100 lines and game over before you part your opponent?
I think no, not really.
We're gonna give him the gold medal anyway because he's from 2 Gamers 1 Melvin.
Wow.
That's their first medal of the Olympics. Gold medal. That's the first medal for Team TRIFORCE as well. Silver medal. Puke 7's got the bronze for Anchors of Fire in this event, and Nierm also had the bronze in Zelda 2 Randomizer as well. So it's 2 total medals there for Anchors of Fire as well. So congratulations to Zarnax.
Yeah, this is a heck of a match.
Yeah, it certainly was, and thanks for joining. If you guys like Tetris, make sure you follow both these guys. These guys run Tetris every once in a while, and just rock out and try for those PBs in the 100 lines level 0. And yeah, thanks again, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, we're gonna go take it back to Hans Buttface. Gonna wrap up tonight's Olympic coverage. And congratulations to Zarnax42 for winning the gold, and his team 2 Gamers 1 Melvin in the Tetris event. We'd like to also send a special shout out to Unos, Justin Mann, Edge, and Mr. Walter T. Fopp Learn to Swim for helping us out with their voice on tonight's telecast. And make sure you join us next week as we wrap up the Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Kart events, semifinal and medal rounds, all in one night. And this is Hans Buttface from the SHI Tournament Olympics Control Room. We'll see you guys next week.